Hey guys, welcome back to Hallway News. Well, Bang Ki-moon just dropped the mic, said, "Bye Felicia, I'm gonna do me, you go do you, bye-bye." So let me roll the tape for you of Bang Ki-moon's press conference where he dropped a bombshell saying that he's going to exit the presidential race. Now, of course, officially there is no presidential race going on because nobody is officially allowed to declare their candidacy until the impeachment trial is over. But everybody knows that right now there is a presidential campaign going underway because should the impeachment happen of President Park, then an election would happen in 60 days. So we saw in January, just last month, Bang Ki-moon come back to Korea, and he went on this whirlwind tour around the country trying to visit every single important person and every single normal person. You saw him call on the former first ladies of previous presidents, you even saw him go to the graves of the previous presidents, and you saw him go and meet locals in all locales around the country, and even don this white suit to spray vehicles for AI, although they said that he shouldn't have done that because going there actually could have helped spread AI. So on the whole, there was a lot of disaster with his big PR push to try to get more visibility and reconnect with the Korean people. But all of that came abruptly to a halt when he announced in a press conference at the National Assembly that he doesn't want to run for president anymore. Now, he was there to meet with some bigwigs of political parties, and essentially he was trying to come to a decision on where he was going to be in terms of which political party is he going to have the backing of and then run for president. Now, reading between the lines, it seems as if he was not satisfied with the discussions that he had with the politicians. So even during his speech, he said that he was very frustrated with the narrow-mindedness and selfishness of a lot of the people running politics in Korea. On the one hand, I thought that it was great that he was upfront and said exactly what a lot of people have been frustrated with. On the other hand, it sounded extremely naive. When he was going around to the different parties, he was saying that he wanted to unify the country again and get rid of the old corrupt politics of the past and have everybody circle around and be under his authority. Number one, when he said that, I felt like he was like one of those stereotypical beauty queens asking for world peace. And on the other hand, I thought it was incredibly foolish for him to say that. Why? Because everybody knows that the National Assembly is essentially a playground of bullies. So you know when you were growing up and you had to be the bigger person, you had to let bygones be bygones, turn the other cheek, be, you know, the more gracious one, get double for your trouble later, move on with your life. Well, you ever wonder where those people who didn't move on with their lives ended up? Yeah, at the National Assembly. So it's like he went straight up to the bullies and said, "Look, we have a bully problem here. We need to clean things up and everybody should listen to me and follow me because I'm the one that can clean up this system." You don't say that to the bully's face, because a bully does not want things to be cleaned up. A bully wants everybody to stay dispirited and depressed and defeated so that they're easier to control. And the last thing they would want is to come under somebody else's authority, especially kind of like this Pollyanna figure that says, oh, he's so important because he spent 10 years at the United Nations. Now, as a whole, Korean people are very proud that Bang Ki-moon served for 10 years as the UN Secretary General. On the other hand, behind closed doors, you can imagine a lot of politicians being like, oh, whatever, he thinks that he's so great. What does that have to do with things here in Korea? But I really did kind of smile because if there was something that really riled Bang Ki-moon, who's supposed to be this level-headed career bureaucrat, diplomat, although behind closed doors I heard he's a different story, but if he publicly was was enraged and said that he was so frustrated with Korean politics, I thought that was a refreshing, honest response. And I think it was smart of him to fold and leave in dignity before all of these other corruption allegations would be lobbed at him and a lot of other mud would be slung at him. He said that he was also a victim of fake news. And so in Korean politics, it's a minefield in your mind, I would say, because the biggest threat they hold over a lot of people is being outcast and being out of the circular line of power. And they can really do a number on you on the individual micro decision level, where basically they're saying like, look, what you just did, even though you did a good job, and I say this from somewhat personal experience observing, even if you knock something out of the park, for the people, if it goes against the wishes or political position of somebody above you or around you, they will get into your mind and say you have made the biggest mistake ever for your career, the party, the future, and that you have to fall in line and listen to us again, otherwise you're out. And so you have all these people who are paranoid running around, not thinking then the decision-making process that would benefit the people the most, but mainly to benefit what the party thinks. And so whoever is in charge of the party sets that tone and direction. And so who do you want to have representing you? Somebody who is scared that their actions will anger the people, or someone who is scared that their actions will anger the party boss? So we have a situation where the party comes first before the people, and that you can tell without any kind of analysis is a severe distortion and dysfunction of democracy. And most rational people, when they walk into this situation, they're like, no thanks, I'm gonna leave. But then the people who end up there are the schoolyard bullies who are not checked. If anything can be taken away as a silver lining from this case, is to see that even Pan Ki-moon, somebody with so much stature and had come in with such a high approval rating in the polls, was turned off and turned away by this situation. And the National Assembly, yes, 253 seats out of 300 come from districts, but 47 come from proportional representation, and that essentially means that the party gets to pick who those representatives are. So you can have a very dysfunctional situation where people who are holding a cabal-like structure in terms of power are continuously there, and they're not held accountable, and they're not held in check by the public. So they can go around and continue to use this schoolyard bully system and get everybody else to be so scared that they would fall in line. Now, this is kind of a big dramatized maybe depiction of the National Assembly. There are intelligent people, there are people who are serving the public good, and there are people who really want to help the country in there. But I did want to explain that there was this opposing force that drags a lot of the good intent down, and could explain some of the reasons why Pan Ki-moon just said, whoa, goodbye, so quickly. So in essence, I am happy for him because I think he should retire in dignity and he should rest. He has done a lot of service for Korea and for the world and for the United Nations. But it's a sad statement, though, that even he could not find the strength to stand up to what is Korean politics. Just full of drama and full of bullies, and it's just waiting. The stage is just waiting for that character or group of people or the people themselves to come in and knock down and shake down these bullies. Because in the end, if you do confront a bully with some force, they really, really are a little soft and pudgy on the inside. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again on Hallway News. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you again. Bye.